Hello everybody, it's Big Al with some more content for LoTRgames Rise to War. First I want to apologize, you might hear some tapping during this video. My condo is getting new roof installed. So, I am 28 hours into the server. Thankfully, recuperation has a 72-hour buff on it, which is still the worst update the developers have ever done. I hope you're listening. So, like I said, 28 hours in, I think I'm doing pretty well, especially for being the forgotten account. Right now, I am in 98th on the Land of Abundance, the affluence scale. So, first I'm going to show you where I'm at buildings wise. And I'm also going to throw some tips in throughout this video. So, I got main hall 6. I have a second quarters, which I'm not really upgrading at this moment because I'm not needing to. Same thing with resource buildings. Resource buildings should be a little bit lower on your priority scale because it is a lot of resources that could be used elsewhere. So yes, it does give you more resources, but the amount spent, it will take a day or two before you recoup those resources. So I've done the training grounds, got my resource center going. Okay. We'll take a look at barracks. My barracks always struggle in the beginning. Very, very low. Under 6,000. So I have unlocked, I have the T2 Spearman, the Marksman, and then I also have T2 Cavalry, which is Knights, and the Horseback Archers, because I use the melee and ranged unit troop combo to steer the enemy's attacks where I want them to go. So let's take a look at commanders first. My commanders first. So I am leveling up my siege commanders right now because I need stamina in my main, which is Frodo, Gandalf the Grey, Boromir, and Aragorn. And something that's very important, especially early game, don't be lazy. Swap your gear. Your best gear needs to be on the formation that you're using at that time. And because I am recuperating stamina, I'm also trying to build up my barracks a little bit. I am leveling up my siege commanders. As you can see, my lowest one is 12. Merry and Pip doesn't count because I only use them for gathering, transporting troops to forts, things like that. So they never get leveled. My main is at level 23. Let me go to here and I'll show you a couple reports. So I've been taking level 8 tiles this morning. Here is the most recent one. As you can see, like I said, I am steering the damage towards my beefier commanders, my support commanders. As always, I have Frodo. I have Boromir. And I have him set up a little bit more towards helping attack of the allied formations rather than his defensive skill because I have him, Frodo, and Gandalf the Grey. And then my main damage dealer is Aragorn. So, I was able to, this morning, right before my 24-hour buff ended, I went and took some level 9 tiles. I took one of each resource. So as you see here, here's the first one. Didn't do too bad. I was a couple levels lower, but to me that's really good considering after the draw I barely lost anything. 8 level difference at the time on some of the commanders, so I was quite happy with that. Then the second one that I took, I did end up having to reinforce and wait for Aragon to heal, and then I did the second hit. So, a couple things that are very important. Always scan your tiles. If you are going to attack a tile, do the clairvoyance on it first to see what kind of army is going to be sitting on it. And then pin. See, like this. I'm going to scan it to see if the army's any good, and it's not. Okay? Generally speaking, you want good side commanders, and you want commanders that do not deal a lot of damage. Okay, so one thing that I was going to show you, I had saved this report before. I know this is a level 5 tile, but I wanted to use it as an example of what kind of army you're looking for. So, you see the commanders, there's not like a huge damage dealer in there. Haragon, for some reason, is very painful on tiles. But go into him. Look, okay, he's buffing Clerk. Doesn't matter. Oh, his gear doesn't matter. Eowyn, she's using her Shield Maiden skill, but that's only good for medium units because she doesn't have it to level 10. Okay, so those are wasted skills. And then I went to Haldir. Okay, he does have the damage skill, so it would be one damage dealer with some damage. So those are the kind of things that you want to look for. Again, mostly you're looking for ones that don't deal a lot of damage. And while we're talking, I am going to send my siege commanders to hit more mobs. So, also, level 6 and level 10 mobs are amazing, and people don't even realize it. They give random tips. Let me see if I have any. I do. So, on these level 6 bowmen, I'm getting 5,000 ore tip. On the level 10 militias, I'm getting 10,000 grain tips. Also, after the season chapter 3 progression, tips from the mobs will start giving experience too. So, if you time it right, you can actually stockpile some of them so that after that third chapter ends, you'll have a bunch of them stockpiled, and you can just pump them out to level up your commanders. It's not going to be much XP. I think it's 5,000, 10,000, and then 20,000. I think for the highest, which is 25 level mobs at this moment. But regardless, everybody runs low on resources. And then there's also the level 12 Dwarven Footmen, and I believe they give 10,000 stone. But I could be wrong on that, but I think it's 10,000 stone. Okay, so gave some of those tips, showed you my army. Now let's go into the leaderboards. Okay, personal affluence, the best farmers in this server. We got Handless Monkey from our team, who's up there at 15,000, has a nice lead on MC Hammer. Too Legit to Quit from Ben, and Langdon from Ben have 13k. We got Black, another Dome member, some Bend. We got Robo in here, some Lore, more Dome, FK It, Viking, Army, Lore, Ben. So we do have some activity here in the server, so this is good. This is definitely a good start. One thing I'll show you is a first occupation. So, as you can see, the first person took a level 8 tile an hour and 54 minutes into the server. If you click on the little report next to it, he wasn't even level 20 yet, but he did have Gil. Let's take a look at his gear. Okay, he's Z1, R14. I love the use of Kierden. He's got the attack, and then he's got that shipwright. Okay. I definitely like the use of Kierden in here. So good job to him. Let's see when the first 9. Same person at 4 hours and 20 minutes. Handless Monkey, who is the best farmer in the server right now, he waited 7 hours to do it. Kind of disappointed in you, Monkey. Now we're going to look at the level 10s. There's only 13 people in the server that have a level 10 tile right now. And Bowser was the last one to do it in 34 hours. Okay. So this person, 24 hours and 6 minutes, I will almost guarantee that he had a few minutes left on his 24-hour buff. And what's the 4th army? He uses Thandrill. Okay, that's interesting. And then Valor. Let's take a look at his army. Okay. He's got pretty much the meta there for roleplay. Mikasa. Yeah. Mikasa's just ridiculous. Must have changed some gear around because I was pretty sure last season all of the armors were fully upgraded as well. But still, awesome gear. Great formation. We'll go into the fellowships. And this is one part that I struggle with, is remembering which fellowship is from which area when I'm looking at the map. So, as you see, we have Gondor. We actually have 3 fellowships inside of Gondor, which people are going to start noticing it's getting really crowded here in about 8 to 10 hours from now. So we got Dome and Bend in first place. We got Ting in 7th. Then you got Lore in Lothlorien. FK It, yes, you know what that means, from Rohan. You got Rebo and Linden. We got a couple from Erebor, Vikings, and Guardians of the Kingdom. Okay. Dead and Angmar, Army and Mordor, and then a couple other small fellowships. As we look right now at the commanders, the highest commanders that are being shared, because you can opt out of sharing your commanders in this list by clicking this button. Well, Mikasa has the highest with her level 30 so far. So that's good to know. I am going to show the map, which really doesn't matter because nothing has happened yet. Nobody's taken a keep yet. And I doubt anybody has even planned a keep for the rest of today. I would think that if anybody's going to try it, tomorrow would be the first day. But there's not really a need to rush it, except for getting the reputation from the fellowship tasks. So, as you see, we are down here in Gondor again, and you have the different factions all over. I haven't checked this out. Okay. The passes between spawn lands open up at 6. The ones to the middle open up at 4. And to the center opens up at server progression 8. So there's still quite a few days before there's going to be any fighting. So that's pretty much how we're looking there. Couple more things. For your team, make sure you are donating. Donating is very important. That's how you get all these buffs. It's how you get all that stuff. This is what I was talking about from the reputation from the tasks. Early on, you can get up to 2,400 per week, and this is important. This is how you level your ring up. So we have 2 here, but we can also set these to capturing a keep or doing a certain amount of siege damage to a keep. So, and it's usually divided by 3, so each one of those tasks will give 800 is what I'm going to assume, because that's the way it was last season. So, like I said, I'm pretty happy. I'm sitting around 100 in affluence. As you guys know, the Forgotten Count is my alternate account, and to be honest, it's kind of weak. But I have the time to grind out this the starts of the servers, which helps me a lot to keep up with people. That and I truly enjoy this part of the game. I like grinding out and doing different things. I just wish I was a little bit better with troop management. The first, I don't know, 8 to 12 hours, my troop management is not the best. But like now, I am doing these mobs. As you can see, Forgotten's not losing any, and Theoden's not losing any. And if they do lose any on one of these mobs, it's only one or two people, 2 units. That's why I use my siege armies to do these low levels. Yes, I could be doing higher level mobs to get more XP, but then I'm also losing a few more troops. And I'm trying to rebuild a barracks because once recuperation sets in, you are going to want to have a lot of troops in your barracks. Otherwise, you are going to be spending a lot of time without any units to use. So, that's all I got for you today. I hope the tapping wasn't too bad from them doing the roof. And as always, make the most out of what you got.